Carboot haul. So let's go through and see what we got. First up, £5 on that, but I only paid £3. But these sell off the top of my head, I can't remember now. So prices will be either, like they might sell for more, they might sell for less. I'm just giving you a rough estimate, a conservative guesstimate on everything. But I have sold these before and I believe them to be about £20–25, and I paid £3 for that. Then I got a pair of these for £8. He had a tenner on it. Not really heard of the brand, but the top one's CD player, the bottom one is amp. Is like AU now or something. But I've noticed they both got foreign plugs, so we have to get an adapter to test it, which I've already got. But when selling it, I'll have to let the customer know in the description that they need adapters. Anyway, £8 for the pair. They're not high ends, probably about 30–35 each, so not too bad, I suppose. Then a Stone Island jumper for a tenner at the Carboot. Now that is pretty insane. I've never found Stone Island, so if anyone can look at any of this and tell me if you think it's legit. And then there's the tag there, and then I'll show you the inside tag. So we've scanned it and it takes you onto the official website and it does an authentication check and it says authentic. But surely someone could just put a fake label in there, or a legit I don't know. Size large, not that that's relevant. Anyway, £10 paid. If that turns out to be legit, I'm hoping 60 to 80 quid on that. If it turns out not legit, I'll just wear it myself. So that was a good buy. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows? Do you know? And then I got a job lot of cat flaps for £1 each. I'm thinking 10 to 15 quid each. So hopefully that's a good seller. And then that is for the keyboard. It's a wrong adapter, but it fits. And then I've got this here. £7.50 she wanted, I paid £5. They go for about 30–35 if you've got the clips. If you don't have the clips, it'd be a hard sell. Normally they just cut the clips off, or they leave them on the pram and then they sell you that. But yeah, always make sure you got the clips, otherwise it's not really worth buying. And then I paid 15 quid for this handheld stain remover from Bissell. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It comes with its manual, a bottle of liquid, its charger, and he threw in a Dualit kettle. That could be 40 quid right there. 40 quid for that. I paid 15 quid, but right, for this, but he threw that in. So there's 40 quid, and that's probably 40 or 50. So 15 quid into potentially 80, if it all works, obviously. And that is the charger for it. And then I've been picking these up a lot lately. Oh, great. Anyways, they're called canteens, and it's just a case with a cutlery set in it. And you get various brands. Some are plated, some are real silver. This is not real silver, but you want it 15. I paid a tenner. The brand is Smith and Seymour Limited. Now I had a look. I should be able to get 50-60 quid for that if it's complete. But the tag has been removed, so I don't know if it's complete. I'll have to do a bit of research. Then, so it's going to be hard to remember what I paid on some of this because I wasn't buying it one item at a time. It was from a house clearance guy. So we got that there, 3 quid. That's easily 30 quid, I would say. And then we got the remotes down there, but they're not important. We got a Humax player and a Sony Blu-ray player. I think that came with it. I'm sure I paid a tenner each on them, so let's just say that is 40 quid. And then some Blu-ray players can be worth silly money. They both got the remotes, so hopefully that's like 50-60 quid. And hopefully it works. And then off another house clearance guy. I love house clearance guys. I don't know why people judge them so much. That's where I get the best stuff. We got a Kenwood Chef, 15 quid. I got it for a tenner. Hopefully it works. That's about 50 quid. That's the end, the back to that. That's the remotes. That's one bag down. Oh, that's the case for it. Then that there's a BenQ monitor, but it's a big monitor. These are only worth buying if you get the big ones. The smaller square ones, not so much, but if you can get like a widescreen, like 20-inch or above, and this is a 24-inch, and it's white. Sometimes the different colours, they hold a bit better value, or it's just a better sell-through rate. What did I say I paid for that? Or did I not say yet?
Oh, you might have. I don't think I was listening.
Yeah. I can't remember. Maybe a fiver. I can't really remember because I've job lotted loads of stuff together with this one person. But I'm hoping that's like 40 quid, maybe 50. And then from the same person, I got this. And I think that was a fiver as well. Why is that all tangled? And that's just a Samsung TV. They're good for caravans and that. That's not got its remote, but still 40 quid I would say on that. I think 3 quid for this. It's just Dyson stuff, but it's all brand new, never used. At a guess, 25 quid, so £3 into 25. And then from that same person again, she had this. So it's a brand new car light. She told
Volkswagen
what?
Transporter, isn't it?
How do you know?
Just looks like it.
Oh. Never knew he was a transporter.
It might not be, but it just looks like it.
No, it is.
Ah.
Because she told me what it was from, and I've written it in my phone. And she said like some sort of, I think she said something T6. And I think there is a VW on there somewhere. Anyway, I've been buying a lot of these lately. Not this specific one, but just car parts in general. Turns out they hold a lot of value. And if you want to replace yours, it's going to cost you it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Nearly swore then. I think that was 8 quid, maybe. But again, believe it or not, that'd be like 40-50 quid. For some cars, can be worth a hell of a lot more. And then this was off a house clearance guy. This is G-Plan. It's just like a what do you call them? The desk, a vanity desk for girls.
Oh yeah.
Or boys, anyone. And you have that with it. So I sell them for 40, 50, 60 quid. That's brand new with the tags. So I might still price it at that just so it sells fast, but they normally sell fast anyway. So I might try and aim for like 75 quid. G-Plan. Nice. So even unbranded, you get like 40 quid, 50 quid for one of them. Off a house clearance guy, £5 I paid for that. But this is vintage, made in England. And don't know how well you're going to see that, but it says made in England there.
Just make it out.
And anyway, that will get me about 40 quid. If you go on eBay sold, people undersell it all the time for whatever reason. Don't know why. But I've had tubs probably 3 times the size of that, and people are getting like 30 quid on eBay. I bang it up for 100 and it sells. So the made in England Meccano is what you want. The modern stuff, not so much. But this is vintage made in England stuff. That is good money in that. £5 paid. If the tin wasn't so beaten up, I could probably get 10, 15 quid for the tin as well. I might still try, to be fair. 2 quid I paid for this. Nothing special, right? But the Barbies, the vintage ones with articulated limbs, sell for good money. So £2 paid, I'll probably still get 20 quid for that. If I don't keep it. And then we got this off the same person I got the Barbie from. And that's the brand. It's just a little compact. Pay 2 quid for that. Get about 20, 25 for that. And then I won't get them all out, but just various laces. I say various, they're just white laces. And I've got a couple black ones in there because all the time I need laces for trainers just to make it look a bit cleaner. And I've never got them, so now I've got them, paid 50p each. Not that you need to see any of that. And then this was off a house clearance guy. Funny story about this. Well, it's not funny. It's not funny, but I'm going to tell you anyway. He had a stack of Samsung stuff, and they all had remotes there, and they all look very similar. And I was researching each and every one to try and find a picture showing the remote so I could get the correct remote for the correct item. I finally figured it out, picked it up, and the whole time it said VCR on it. So all that time rummaging, losing out on other deals, and it bloody tells you on the remote, VCR. Anyway, it's a VCR and DVD combi. Paid a £5 if it works, at a guess, 40, 50 quid.
Thought you said that story wasn't funny.
Right. There's a reason I'm keeping this stuff here. I'll explain later. That, I think, that was off a house clearance guy. And I think I paid either £5 or £10 for that. It's just got a cool look to it. It's not vintage, it's modern, but when it's like that on the desk, it's sort of like with a purple velvet and the gold trim, it looks mid-century. It's not, it's just got the look. I think I paid a £5 or a tenner. Either way, I'll probably get 40 quid for that. That is part of that deal, I believe. That. Right, I think that is. So I got these 2 bits here. I haven't opened it, so for all I know, all the paints have gone solid. But as long as they're not, it's in a nice wooden case. That's a good brand for like artists and stuff. And I got this, the chair, and that keyboard for 25 quid. Sounds like a lot, but this here is vintage and it could potentially be £20, £30 plus. I haven't looked it up. Whoa. And then the same again for that. Again, I've not looked it up. It could be a £5, but I'm hoping the brand takes that through to like 30 quid maybe. Oracle chair. The dark brown ones I normally get 90 to £100 for. This is the lighter colour and they're more sought after. So let's just be conservative and just say 90 quid again. It will clean up nice, I'll treat it all, make it look pretty. And then that, again, not researched it. But £25 for the lot don't sound too bad now, when potentially that could pay for it. And then that's profit, and that's profit. So it's probably like 100, I would say, I guess, 200 quid for all of this. But when he first threw that number out, 25 quid, I was thinking, what, I've only got 4 items, how's he come up with that number? But when you break it down, it's actually very, very nice. So yeah, nice. Nice. Right. Then, look how clean that is. Well, it probably means nothing to you guys, but we get these a lot and it's rare that they're this clean.
I think this one's from the 70s.
But there's a hand crank as well, it's clean. And I believe I paid a tenner for that. 10 quid. Mental. I would get, I guess, in that condition, 75 quid for that. So for a tenner, it's 75 quid. I didn't even haggle on that. As soon as she said a tenner, I was like, yep. And then house clearance guy. Oh, I'll get them out and I'll show you. Is that upside down? No. So, he wanted 15 quid for these. Tannoy, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, is a really good brand. And at 15 quid, I was thinking, oh yes, jackpot. But, I don't usually do this, but on this occasion, I did, and I'm glad. Because look, ruined. So I told him, I said, I'll pass on them, there's a bit damage. And he goes, oh, is there? You can have them for free then. Because otherwise he's taking them to the tip. And so yeah, I took them for free in hopes people can just repair them. This one seems alright. Maybe. So like, someone can like take bits from it and fix their own, or just repair these. Either way, like the cases, like the shell of it alone. So I'm going to have a think and decide whether to strip it all down and sell it off as parts, or just sell as is, because it owes me nothing. Even if I get £50 a pair, because I think Tannoy floor standing speakers are around the £200 to £300 mark in good condition. These are not. So hopefully 50 quid. Like, I'll research it, so I haven't researched the exact model number, but for free, easy money, innit? And then I'm going to save the best till last. I got this for a tenner off House Clearance Guy. By watching this video now, you should understand why I love house clearance guys, because I would say 90% of my stuff comes from house clearances. I didn't notice that bit of damage there where it's coming off, but again, I ain't bothered. 10 quid. I'll either put that in the shop for 40 or 50 or sell it online for 75, maybe more. Obviously I'll research it, but my tenner is safe. And then, woo! This is the best stuff. So, I'll get it all out. we'll go through it together. But this is the final stuff I've got, the final item. So much so that even had to break out a blanket for this bad boy. Now for everything you see, again, 15 quid. No. Again, from house clearance, that's what I was meant to say. I paid 15 quid for all of this. I've ruined that bloody moment. 15 quid for all of this. 2 noise speakers, a Technics record deck, a Marantz, I can't see upside down, CD player, and a Marantz amp. Special edition, it says on the CD player.
Both of them say it.
Oh, did they? Sweet. And the way he was saying it, he was, oh, special edition, that. There's more to this. Get everything together and we can come up with some sort of deal. So I thought it was going to be a half decent price I'd have to pay, but I was willing to do that. And all the other like vinyl guys and that was all crowding around me, so I just kept my hand on it like this, like some weirdo. And he come out of his van and I said, how much for all this? And he goes, 15 quid. And I was like, yeah, of course, alright. 15 quid, what's that, 5, 10? That's less than a £5 a set, isn't it, if my maths is right? That's just mental. Like, these 2 noise speakers could be 75 quid. This Technics record deck, again, could be 50 to 75 quid, and then each of them 50 to 75 quid, maybe more. Like, that is mental. Crazy. So that's it from me. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.